Hello, with this video I want to show you how you can create a series mod that you can select in the single player menu and under series, where you can select all tracks but only predefined cars. I tried different ways, but the only way that seems to work is to use the all tracks and cars mass file. And I think that there's something hard-coded, because if you don't select a track, if you create the series mod in a normal way, it gets listed as corrupted. So you must select a track, and with this method you can always select all tracks that are installed. Even if you install some tracks later, you can select them too without to have to change anything in the mass file. Okay, as a first step, this is the original all track and cars 10 mass file that is located in the rFactor 2 installed rFm folder. Okay, as at first step we extract the content of the mass file, and you get these three files, and the interesting one for us is the rFm file. I rename the folder into edit at the end. Okay, now because we will use the same mass file name for all mass files that we create later to get different car selections for different configurations, I create subfolders here for each of them. So I create a subfolder original for the original all tracks and cars mass file and move it into that folder. Okay, now I open the mass2 tool and click on the create the package file and create new mod package. You can leave everything as it is here, it doesn't matter. As the next step, track selection, we don't select any here. And here, just for this example, I pick some GT3 cars. Let's take this one, Bentley, and the Ferrari. Okay, I select no additional content because I don't need anything here. Okay, click done. Oh, I see it's still installed. I've made a test before I installed it. Okay, now if you want, you can select or deselect cars here that you don't want to have. I leave them all selected and just click package and install, and done. Okay, now you can see we have the new mass file for this series created in the rFm folder, and I extract also this mass file here. And now I open the rFm file from the original mass file. And as you can see, you have the entries track list and vehicle list here, but no entries, because as the name says, it's for all tracks and cars. Okay, now I open the rFm file from the new created mod, where you can see the vehicle list contains the selected cars. I copy this whole selection, including the two braces, and paste it under the vehicle list entry into the original RFM file. And then I save this file, and now I create a new mass file, and pick all the files from the original all tracks and cars folder, the files, and yes, because now this RFM file has the car selection inside. So I open it, then create the mass file, and yes, because as said, all files that we create in this way have to use the original name. So we must give them the name all tracks and cars under line 10. Copy that from here, say paste it here, and you should let it create in the RFM folder. So all cars and tracks mass, save. Now we have the new all tracks and cars 10 mass here. We can delete the my new mod 10 mass and the folder with the extracted files. Now we test if it works as it should. It needs a few seconds until the game starts, but I think you all know that. Okay, go to single player, and as you can see, the selected series is all tracks and cars. And you can see all tracks that I have are listed here, but only the 3 cars. So that is what we wanted to achieve. You can select all tracks that are installed, and as said, you can install more. They will be added automatically because all tracks can be selected, and in the car selection menu you only have the 3 cars, the Aston Martin, the Bentley and the Ferrari, with the different cars. So that works like it should work. Now there's one kind of problem left, because as said, we always have to use this file name for this mass file. So we create a new subfolder here, and I simply call it 3GT3. You can give it every name you want. It's just to identify which all tracks and cars mass with which configuration it contains. And I move this file into this folder. Now you have no all cars and tracks folder mass file here, but what you can do now is you put the original one, copy and paste it here into the RFM folder again, but it's still in the original, and the new is in the 3GT3 folder. And now whenever you want to use another configuration of cars, you simply copy the the file from the subfolder and paste it into the RFM folder and overwrite the existing RFM file. And you can do this that with as many subfolders that you need. And you can do the editing in the same way always. You can always use these three files and simply replace this selection of the cars with a new selection of your next configuration. That's all, and that way it works. Okay.